What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Steve Ostowski here of the Maize and Blue Review, bringing you some offensive analysis against Iowa. Michigan are Big Ten champs, right? The Big Ten champ Michigan Wolverines have a play here, play or two. I think only one play here with Thomas Gwines, former Michigan offensive lineman, so I'll break that one down with him. But yeah, beyond that, subscribe to the channel and enjoy these 12-ish plays of Michigan's dominance over the Hawkeyes. All right, take care.
27, McNamara underneath, and he's
3rd and 3, first down pickup here. Let's look at the routes for Michigan. Going to do a little stick route here. So he's going to fake kind of outside and then come across here just past the sticks. Crossing route here, Sainristil. Inside here, your tight end. He's going to be running kind of an out and up. Just a shallow one though. Not really a true out and up. He's just getting out to the boundary and running up the sideline. And then this is going to be a deeper in route here. And then the final route, obviously the angle route here that gets thrown. This is to Donovan Edwards. Okay. For coverage, I'm not 100% sure what this is called. You're going to have single coverage here. This safety is dropping high here. Seems like they have some sort of bracket. This guy is going out to the flat and then a bracket between these two guys. So this guy is outside deep. This guy is getting anything coming to the inside here, and you have the safety over the top help as well. This linebacker is going to pick up the crossing route, so he's going to man up on this crossing route, and this guy has the running back out of the backfield man coverage. Okay, so that's the overall look. I'll run forward and back here just to kind of show you those route progressions and show what kind of opens up here. So pretty well covered. Really the only thing that does open up, you could argue Sainristil here, number 5. Could be an open option if thrown in front of him, but 31 gets a relatively good jump. This is clearly the best matchup based on leverage there on their routes. So that's your route tree. In terms of overall protection, 5 in for Michigan, right? In pass pro, they're only bringing 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep 5 in. Numbers are good. Let's switch to the alternate view here to show how this is accomplished. Only thing here is 97 gets off a block here on the left side here. 97 Hayes becomes a little bit disengaged. Good disengagement here from 97. Almost gets in the way of this throw here to Donovan Edwards, right? So pretty good job from 97 attempting to get to that. You can see right there. Almost gets a hand on it. Throw goes right between his arms. But overall, good pockets, a quick throw, so no issues here. So this is all based on the read for McNamara. He's looking at this middle linebacker, okay? Because you have this crossing route here, it's a quick read. This crossing route for Sainristil, if this guy picks it up, right? If this guy picks it up and follows, that's going to open up a big gap here across the middle. If that linebacker does not pick it up, okay? If that linebacker is going to stay in this zone, there should be something open here for Sainristil. So that's why you see the eyes of McNamara going here. Because of the alignment here for your running back on this angle route here, this guy has outside leverage, right? So this initial threat out to the flat here is going to continue this guy on this path out to this side. You have man coverage on the outside. He needs to get outside in case this goes to the flat. Since those two things, right? That linebacker following Sainristil, you see he vacates that area. Now you have this big wide open zone here. And because of the initial step here, the responsibility to follow this potential flat route here from the running back, because of that, that creates this big wide open gap here for this angle route. So read this, boom, you can see he's already committed to that after he sees that middle linebacker vacate, puts it on the chest of Donovan Edwards, and that's first down on 3rd and short.
pistol back. Here's Corum, and Corum, what a move! Corum, he needs a block. Corum down the sideline. Blake Corum.
What a great play here. Benefit of having a guy like J.J. McCarthy, not only extremely valuable, but just threatens so much against the defense. Let's move to this view here. Let's look at the offensive line blocking first. Okay, single block here on the left side. Double here on this defensive tackle, double here as well. The goal here is if these linebackers are flying up here, you should be able to fall off of that block and pick up the linebacker. You'll see here on the right side, especially Zinter will fall off of this double team, pick up 44, who is threatening this play side A gap. So let's move forward here. Boom, there you can see the backside block for Hayes. You can see both double teams working well, and there's Zinter. Right, as I called out, Zinter right here, getting that linebacker trying to flow to this A gap, and there you have Zinter picking that up. So blocked really well on the front side. Let's back up a little bit here as well. Next blocks here are going to be for Schoonmaker. So he's reaching out to a linebacker, okay? Because you're faking here, right? You have this to Corum, you're threatening the outside. The eyes of McCarthy are looking out to this defensive end. He's coming upfield. Is this an actual read? Is it not? Hard to say, right? But what he's doing, he's reading this. And his eyes out here, that's also going to mess with the reads here of 31 and the safety. 31, play side safety. They're going to be viewing this as well, this threat of the quarterback, and they're going to react this way because they are threatened from the outside run of J.J. McCarthy. Okay, so not only does this guy get upfield, taking away the outside, but watch these two guys in particular as well from this fake. I'll go forward and backwards again a few times here. There's your fake, and look at both the linebacker and safety there. They're so threatened by that quarterback keep. Look at how far outside they go, and look at how much that assists Michigan's block, okay? Not only do you have this double team, right? You have this double team here. You have this defensive end who came way upfield to take away the threat of J.J. McCarthy on the outside. You had your linebacker here go way far outside as well as your safety. And look at what that does for Schoonmaker. He can very easily block this guy, create this inside lane here for Corum. And you have Sainer set up really well with the momentum of both of these players to the outside. The safety, Sainer can very easily get there. All right, so that's all created by the run threat that J.J. McCarthy brings. And that's huge. That's huge, right? People clamoring for J.J. McCarthy. This is a big reason, and I get it, right? Because he brings this element in the run game. Look how well that sets up all of your blocks, right? Look at that hole for Corum. He outruns that defensive end, 97, not able to get there. He came too far upfield. Schoonmaker got his block. You wouldn't even really need Sainer to get that block because that safety kind of tunneled himself out of this play. And then the rest is just Blake Corum, right? Nice cut here. Good block there from Roman Wilson. Sainer gets on his horse. J.J. McCarthy gets on his horse. And such a great job. Sainer passes 26 here smartly, picks up pancakes, number 33 there, that backside safety flowing or maybe a cornerback flowing to the play. J.J. McCarthy recognizes that, right? Sainer is going to pick up this guy. So then you have J.J. McCarthy. He's going to slow down and pick up 26, the only other guy who has a threat here. So that slowdown, in conjunction with the block from Sainer that takes out those two final guys that had any chance at shutting down that play. Just beautiful blocking downfield, really well set up from the run threat that McCarthy brings.
Bob and the Oklahoma Sooners and ran him out of the building in that national championship. They'll throw it out to Edwards. Edwards fires. He's got a wide open man. Oh, it's caught. Robert Wilson, touchdown.
What a bomb. Donovan Edwards just with an absolute dime here. Okay, so Michigan does an interesting thing here. They're bringing Schoonmaker in from to the outside here to the inside. This is going to help with blocks, okay? And there's three main blocks we need to take a look at, right? Tackle, tight end, and fullback here. This is Eric All, okay? Because there's three main guys that threaten this, right? You're bringing Edwards out here, pass to him, pass down the sideline to Roman Wilson. He's going to fake block here. He's just going to stutter and then head down the sideline, right? That's the goal. So there's only really three main guys you need to be concerned about that can break out this play. And that's going to be this corner or this outside linebacker, I believe, who's on the tight end, middle linebacker, defensive end. Okay, so the blocks here, Eric All is going to fly to the outside here. He gets anything to the outside of this kind of setup zone I'm going to denote here. Anything to the outside here, it's eventually going to be this guy flying up to the outside. One-on-one block here, Stuber. Just don't let this defensive end upfield, right? Just get a good first step to the outside. Keep this guy inside. If he wants to cut up, you can probably let him, but just don't let anybody there. And then finally, this guy flowing in. This is who Schoonmaker is going to target. This guy's flying up here. You have good leverage here. You don't have to come a full distance, right? If he's to the outside, that's a tougher block for him. This motion helps set this up really well. Then anybody backside, right? These guys, they're not going to really be a factor here. So this is the overall blocking scheme. I'll move forward here just to show that. Boom, Eric All, you can see him from the fullback position really getting on his high horse to pick up the outside of number 5 there, creates that little pocket, right? That little pocket, that's all you want. Stuber, really good job on the defensive end, mirroring him, no threat, right? Number 13 is neutralized. This guy's not getting there. And then you have Schoonmaker, right? He recognizes, I'm going to pass this guy off to the outside. Eric All should be able to pick that up, and his eyes are looking back inside. Which of these guys do I need to pick up? It's going to be 31, and he picks that up appropriately, right? Boom, good job. and you're there to be thrown. This probably could have been a late hit. I would have to check the rule book on whether or not Donovan Edwards would be protected in that scenario. Okay, let's look at the route real quick for Roman Wilson. And Roman Wilson, I said, all he's doing, he's just stuttering, right? He's looking directly at this cornerback like he's trying to set up a block. And all you need is this guy just to bite just a little bit. You don't need a whole lot of room, just a little bit, because Roman Wilson's gone, right? He runs 4.36 or something like that. And this whole time, there's Roman Wilson. Eyes, I'm going to block you, I'm going to block you, I'm going to block you. Boom. You can see that stop of the backwards motion from the cornerback. That's all you need. As soon as you see that little tuck from Edwards, that's what triggers that cornerback up just a little bit, and that's when Roman Wilson is gone. Then the final aspect, this throw is just on point, right? Roman Wilson only has to slow up maybe just half a step there, and it is right on the money. And not only is it right on the money, but that spiral is beautiful. I should have this other angle. I mean, that is just a beautiful throw. To do that with gloves on, almost in stride as a running back, that throw, beautiful. Watched it about a million times. I'll watch it another million times, I'm sure.
Down to the 25, Haskins in at running back. And here's a reverse with Henning with a lane. A.J. Henning down the sideline. A.J. Henning.
Such a great play design. Love, love, love to see this. Okay. Play design, you're running Andre Anthony on a fake here. You have this action. You're pulling Keegan around here, right? You're faking this action to Haskins. And then you're bringing Cornelius Johnson around, and this is where the actual ball is going. And then you have both Haskins and Keegan out front. You got a double team here on the defensive tackle, reaching up to the middle linebacker. You're leaving this guy. This guy's going to come upfield, and you're actually going to split him between your pull and Haskins. He's just not going to be in a position for this end around. So both blockers will leave him, and you'll just leave him unblocked. So you don't even need to commit a guy here. Backside, just don't let these guys through, right? That's it. One-on-one blocks here. And then beyond that, you have your tight end leading the way out here on the play side outside linebacker. Oh, why does it do that? Bummer. And then he's picking that up. And then you're blocked to the safety, because then you'll have Haskins. Like I said, he'll lead out here. And your puller, Keegan, will reach all the way up to the safety. And this is the first guy not blocked. He'll get caught in the wash. He's way on the backside of the play. And you just can't have it designed any better than this. Right? Let's focus on the offensive line first. Okay, I'm looking at Stuber there on the 30-yard line. So here's your double team. Right? Double here, boom. Stuber's going to reach out to this backside linebacker. Okay, so let's watch that movement on that double team. Boom, block him, get out to number 31. Number 31 blocked all the way through. Good job, Stuber, staying engaged, blocks him effectively all the way down the field. Really good job from Stuber. Okay, let's focus outside of that double team. Schoonmaker. Big block here, responsible for this outside linebacker. Have good alignment for this, right? The momentum of that initial end around for Andre Anthony takes him in the wrong direction. Boom. Good engagement. Number 44 is blocked. Way to stay engaged for Luke Schoonmaker. Right? Really good job there. And then the next aspects are just the pulls, right? There's your defensive end. I said he's flying upfield, right? He's coming upfield. You're going to leave him, right? You don't expect him to make this play. Both Haskins and Keegan are going to ignore him. They're continuing on their pulls. So let's focus on that. Boom. There's the end around. Defensive end out of position, right? And I'm sorry, I said Cornelius Johnson. I meant Henning on this play. So now there's a decision to be made. Keegan is IDing this cornerback, so is Haskins. Haskins is going to fly up, take this guy. Keegan does a really good job of changing IDs on this. He recognized, okay, Haskins has this, continues on his path, and finds the safety. So really good job just reading that block there from Haskins, recognizing, okay, Haskins found his way out here. I can redirect. Boom, there's the block from Haskins. There's the block on that safety, and all of a sudden you're blocked all the way through the safety to the backside safety. Huge pickup, really, really well blocked. Can't execute those blocks any better, and that's about the maximum amount of yards you could have gotten on that play.
So far in the second, McNamara swings it out. Edwards with the grab, looking for a seam, has it.
Seems like, kind of a minor play, only 11-yard pickup. I just love that they're going back to the swing pass, because the beauty of this swing pass, you got a lot of room out here, right? What have you already shown? It's 14-3 at this point, right? You already had Donovan Edwards throw a pass. You won't call it again, right? But what's in the heads of these guys, right? They got burned. They just saw their teammate get burned from a halfback pass. You're doing another swing pass out here. You don't think these guys are going to hold up just a little bit, just wait a little bit before he commits to it, right? And that extra second of waiting, that gives time for someone like Eric Gall to get on their block. That gives time for this to be set up. That gets time for this tight end Schoonmaker to get to the linebacker level. So that just buys yourself a little bit of time doing the same sort of action with the same player, Donovan Edwards here, and it forces the defense just to think just for a second. They won't do it again, right? So that buys yourself just a little half second, and when you're doing a swing pass here and getting blocks out to the boundary, that extra second is pretty huge, right? So first thing on the offensive line I'm looking at, really good job from everyone, especially Stuber. Get their butt around, turn this way, right? Take that first right step, turn everybody this way. What that does, that creates a lane here. That creates a big lane to the outside. The quicker that they can turn their hips here and block, turn 90 degrees there, the more room you have inside, right? Look at right here. If I pause, because Stuber turned this way, good job from Zinter as well. Look at this lane that this backside linebacker has to fill, right? Instead of being, maybe out here or something, if they weren't able to get their hips turned here, now you force this linebacker to fill to the inside. And that's not where you want this play to go. You want Donovan Edwards to the outside. But because of this offensive line blocking, you force this guy to close that gap here, and you give more options for Edwards to the outside because of that decision he has to make. Okay, so really good job from the offensive line creating that. Block matchup here, Schoonmaker, he's reaching the play side linebacker, so he's getting out right here. You have a favorable alignment here for Sainer still against a bigger outside linebacker here. He's going to do that. And then a reach block out here for Eric Gall. Your best block, you put him in space. You're expecting this guy to flow to the outside, pick him up one-on-one, then one-on-one block on the outside for Cornelius Johnson. So that's the block. Let's see how it progresses. Good job from Schoonmaker picking up that outside linebacker. Sainer still, right, he's giving up a little bit of size in that block, but he just stays engaged, right? Keeps that left hand engaged. Really good job there. And Eric Gall on the outside right by the 10-yard line marker. Great job getting engaged there and continuing his feet to move that motion. So good job, especially Sainer still and Eric Gall forming that crease to the outside. Schoonmaker's getting movement, and Johnson's engaged as well. Picks up a couple extra yards with that block. So again, blocked really well on the perimeter. Offensive line can't ask more than that. And I just love the setup of this from Michigan's halfback pass earlier. Just forces that defense just to pause a little bit. That safety can't come flying down because he just saw a big touchdown pass and it's already 14-3, right? So that safety can't trigger as fast. That cornerback can't trigger as fast. It buys you just a little bit of extra space, and that's all Donovan Edwards needs to turn this into a first down.
The 18. McNamara runs it himself, and a big opening.
3rd and 12, what a great call. Something we haven't seen called really from McNamara, or really any quarterback that I've remember this year. QB draw, right? And this is just beautiful motion here for Edwards. Again, Edwards demands attention this game, right? And he commands it here from Iowa. So man coverage, this linebacker is following out here. You're also going to see these guys starting to bug out this way as well from this motion. And McNamara on the snap, he is reading this gentleman. If he doesn't fly out, you could potentially throw another swing pass here, right? You should be able to block on the outside. Eric Gall, you got trips on the left side here. If he leaves like he does, that's going to open up something here for the quarterback. So this is a read of this linebacker. If he stays, you throw. If he goes, you go. And that's it. And he follows right here. Because you have, now I didn't watch the nose tackle enough, but you do have this angled nose here. And Michigan might have something known here where they're going to try a stunt here, where this guy's going to crash in this way, loop around this. And as a result, you're going to have Keegan free, right? This guy's going to try to cross the face, get your center here out of the picture, and loop this defensive tackle around a gap, and you should have that. Now, this is kind of blown up, this call, right? As soon as this guy has to follow this motion out of the backfield, right? Because otherwise you would have had this blitzing linebacker to take Keegan here. If this guy's blitzing, you expect Keegan to do this, and then this stunt makes more sense, right? This stunt right here would make more sense if this linebacker was coming and commanded the attention of Keegan. Because of this motion, you run this little stunt, Keegan is wide open, he's free, and he's able to seal inside here for this run. So it's just beautiful play design, right? Boom, there the linebacker goes. There's the little stunt. You see Keegan now, he can gain a lot of ground, say, yep, there you go. Get that looping defensive tackle and just look at that open area. Again, the body language. Where's everyone going, right? Where's everyone going? They're all thinking this is going Donovan Edwards, right? Boom. Simple read from McNamara. Everyone's going that way. Not only the location, but the momentum of these three players, and it's just a wide open gap here. Last thing about this play, obviously it's beautiful, but I love that he dove forward here. Diving forward here, you don't lose any yards, right? You get an extra couple yards. If he decides to start sliding right here instead of diving, he loses 3 yards. It's 3rd and 13 here. So I like that he dives here, makes sure he gets the first down, gets that extra yardage. And I'm always a big fan of diving forward rather than sliding. You give up a lot of yards because the spot is at the start of the slide, unless you're Pitt's quarterback. But anyway.
Of the defensive front and then take advantage. Here comes a blitz. McNamara across his body to Haskins. What a
really, really tough throw running against his body here. Let's look at the pressure here for Iowa. They're dropping this guy. This guy's going to pick up Haskins on his angle route. That's just this guy's responsibility. I don't know why I said it weird, but anyway. Bringing this defensive tackle here. This guy, the nose, his objective, cross the face of the center, attack here. Defensive end, get to the outside. Command the left tackle to follow you to the outside. Okay, so that's the goal here. Then you're bringing both linebackers on a blitz here, attacking this guard. Boom, blitz here, blitz behind him, same gap. This left guard should only be able to pick up one of them, and you should be able to create some pressure there, overload this left side. And by the movement of your nose tackle, this guy attacking to the outside, you should be able to target that left guard and generate some pressure with one of those linebackers. Boom. You can see Keegan picks up that first linebacker well, but that second linebacker is through that A gap and forces McNamara to scramble a little bit. So it's well-designed blitz here. And the only mismatch is by doing this, you have to drop somebody, right? You're taking both linebackers. You have to drop your defensive end here to pick up this linebacker, the former linebacker running back out of the backfield, Hassan Haskins, right? And with this angle route, that lack of agility from this defensive end comes back to bite him. So it's a really good job from McNamara recognizing, okay, there's pressure. I need to reset here. What does this mean? I'm probably going to have something here for Haskins, and recognizes the mismatch. Now, it's still a tough throw, right? That pressure is well designed. Good job from McNamara finding Haskins there. And Haskins, as always, carries guys for a couple of yards for a first down. Nothing else really could have been there except for maybe Roman Wilson. He's doing a little sit route right here. Safety backed up a little bit. He had responsibility on that. So there was a little space if this wants to be thrown right away. Everything else goes pretty deep. So everything else is kind of off screen that we don't really see on what they develop. But Roman Wilson's probably the only other route if he throws it right now, right? He's reading that safety. Looks like he's reading the right side of the field there, so he's not currently looking. He's looking downfield here. So he's not really looking here at this combination to find Roman Wilson. So he feels that pressure, bugs out, and then says, all right, both linebackers there. What's my running back looking like? Finds that safety valve and delivers a nice throw. So it's a good job finding that, escaping the pressure into really tough off-balance throw that McNamara makes it look a little bit easier, and it really is.
Let's see if the Wolverines take a shot here. McNamara delivers and caught inside.
Schoonmaker with a nice catch here inside the 5. Cover 3 it looks like for Iowa. So they're dropping 1 for deep third, 2 deep third, 3 deep third. Bringing this guy up, he'll have flat responsibility. This guy will have flat responsibility here. You're dropping back your defensive end for middle of the field. rushing these two on the pass rush and 3 rushers here. So 5-man pressure. These guys on defensive line, they're going to initially go forward and then kind of go this way to try to attract the 3 offensive linemen this way, right? You're bringing the linebacker, get him committed to attack this A gap, to put this guy in conflict, attack this guy inside here to take the tackle, and you should have a free rusher number 4 on the edge here. So that's the overall play. Let's move forward here just to show the play develop a little bit. For the pass rush, relatively well picked up at first. Inside from this defensive end is going to cause some issues. Number 97, he's going inside here. Hayes is going to block him and then try to pass him off to help on the outside. He should trust that he has the running back on the side here to pick up this rush. Because he passes this guy off, he'll actually get a free rush to the quarterback here because of this linebacker. This additional rusher here, this linebacker is going to pick up the left guard. The center's not able to adjust to that linebacker quick enough. Boom, you can see right there, Vistardis and Keegan both have to pay attention to that rusher here. And as a result, 97 right now is starting to come free here towards McNamara. So probably should have stayed home. If you're Hayes, you can understand him coming off to number 4, but it's a little bit too much distance for your left tackle to cover as well, especially with your running back in to protect. Given it's a relatively quick throw, though, not really an issue. So what are the routes? We can't really see the bottom of the screen that much. It seems like it's going to be similar on both sides, kind of up the seam, a little hitch route here. Same on the top side here, a little seam route, little hitch from Dalen Baldwin, okay? And this initial read for McNamara, you're going to see his eyes are going to... Oh, I'm mixing up all the colors now. I'm supposed to be doing this in white. He's looking at this safety. This safety, who's rotating to the center of the field here, that's going to open up this seam, right? Because this guy has deep third here, he has to fall back here. He can't commit to the inside here just in case you also have Baldwin going deep. So that's where the eyes of McNamara are going initially. He sees that little bit of a crease here, right? Boom, read that safety. Now he's looking to the outside. As to the outside, he says he has inside leverage here on the seam route. The safety, there should be a window right about here, right? If he throws that, I mean, it'll be closer to the 5-yard line than the 20, or closer to the 10-yard line, I should say. And that's just a perfectly placed ball, like, right? Really well timed. Good job trusting his reads there, and puts the ball right where it has to be for Schoonmaker to come up with that catch. Let's get a closer angle here of the route there. You can see the outside leverage, or I should say the inside leverage of Schoonmaker, and that ball is delivered right where it has to be, right on the front shoulder there, or far shoulder, upfield, and can't really deliver a ball much better than that. That cornerback is just a beat late on coming to challenge that pass. Safety can't challenge as well, so sometimes good offensive execution beats decent defensive play. This was decently defended, just a better offensive play from the Wolverines.
First down and goal at the 4, and the Wolverines cash it in. And it's Haskins, touchdown.
This is about the point of the game where I started to, I think I went and got a beer after this one. I was like, all right, game's in hand, 25, got a touchdown, up 21-3. Started feeling comfortable. All right, for the blocks here real quick, just quick play design for you, Thomas. Down block. Got 2 pullers here, Zinter, backside Keegan, pulling 2 guys here, Haskins to follow. And mainly about 65 here, but talk us through, Thomas. What do you see?
So obviously, yeah, we've gone back to the gap scheme. We've been doing that a lot this year as far as pulling our interior offensive linemen. And so we're going to go jumbo right. We got 2 tight ends to the right side. 84 is coming down with a good down block. Schoonover's coming over here to pick up that outside linebacker here. So when you look at 65's pull, 65 is probably going to be aiming for 20 here. So if we let it play, we get outside of Schoonover's block. Now we start getting our head around. Defenders are starting to come downhill. Good pickup. Now what I like about 65's block here is that he keeps his shoulders parallel, doesn't overrun the play, gets hands on. Now he runs his feet, and he's just an athlete at this particular point. We're well in hand. Haskins has the angle, but just enough, and that right there at the end to ensure we don't get called for holding. hey, right now, just let him go. We're in the end zone. No need to try to quote unquote finish the block, so to speak. We're already in. Plays over. Let the guy go. Don't put any question in the referee's mind whether or not you had a hold on that particular play to get that touchdown call back. So smart, athletic. He's what 6'5", 6'6", 325 pounds, looking good coming out of his stance and getting onto a smaller player out in space. That's huge. So well done, well blocked play up front by the boys in blue.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's got to be such a difficult timing thing, right? Because you have a guy trying to fight to the outside of you, as you said. As soon as he's really starting to get to the outside, that has to be just a feel thing, right? For Zinter to understand, okay, now that he's fighting this hard to get outside, I need to know when to cut my losses, right? You can't stay engaged with this guy the entire play. If you do, you get called for holding. So it's just a timing, a sense of when you feel the play has developed long enough that you've held the block here long enough to let him go and to ensure that you don't get flagged. So is that just kind of like an internal clock thing, or are you kind of reading the defender's eyes in this case, do you think?
I don't really think that you're reading the defender's eyes just because of the fact you got to remember, we're looking at this from slow-mo and able to rewind.
True.
In real time, off the field, adrenaline is going. It's super chaotic. I think once you put hands on the defender and you start to feel them starting to get outside of the framework of your shoulders, two things in which you can do. You can release the block, or you have to put your head down and run your feet. You literally have to now become faster than the defender because you're actually now starting to catch up. And that now, again, turns more into a drive block, and you're still alleviating that perception of holding because of the fact that I'm not allowing him to pull away from me, if that makes sense.
Sure.
But because of the fact that I'm running my feet and I'm keeping up with him, there's no point of any obstruction that's keeping him from the direction in which he's going. So you're almost setting a visual illusion, if you will, for the referee, but at the same time, like I said, it's a feel thing. If he's already beaten me to that particular point which he's trying to get to, let him go, cut your losses. Or if you feel like you're starting to get beat, but he's not there, you just got to run your feet and it turns into a full out sprint, almost like a run block. And hopefully from that level of effort, it shows that you're not holding the defender.
Right. Yeah, great call out. The only other thing here, you do have Keegan. His block didn't actually come to materialize. Looks like he's probably targeting this backer here. It's kind of like a 2-on-1 that Zinter actually picks up on his block. This guy tries to shoot the gap right off of the back of Zinter here, and he kind of trips over. Looks like another defender that Schoonmaker there is getting. So, ideally, you get Keegan maybe out there a little bit quicker. Seems like he does slow up right about here, expecting maybe one of these linebackers to flow down here. But yeah.
But let's take it back to the snap, and I think I know why that happened.
Sure.
If you take it back to the snap of the ball, watch 68. So, see what happens? You get penetration because you get the snap of the ball, but he's not coming off the ball. He's high and he's getting driven.
Sure.
So now he's getting pushed back into the backfield, which is now causing Keegan to belly, which slows up his progression, getting to the front side of the play.
Yeah, it's true. He's got to watch his feet. He's got to just balloon that out just 1 yard. And when you're talking, game of inches here, when you can't go straight down the line here, right? Ideally, you can go straight, maybe right around this 5-yard line. Just kind of hug this. Instead, if you have to belly out just a little bit here, that extra quarter of a second, whatever it may be, that gives time for an athletic linebacker like that to try to shoot that gap. So yeah, exactly. A little bit of fortunate, but Zinter getting that block makes the job that much tougher for that linebacker, and you got to give credit to Schoonmaker 86 here as well for holding his block enough. This isn't a big window for this guy to sneak through, right? This would have been an easier window, but you do have Keegan there as well. So because of other players executing, makes the job tough for the other defenders, and Michigan's the benefactor.
But I think this play right here truly shows why offensive line play, it's all about all 5 guys, all 6, 7 guys, including tight ends, working in concert. Again, just looking at the center and taking that position block. Yeah, you're getting the ball back to the quarterback, but I need for you to come off the ball and keep your pad level low, because if that nose guard, if that one technique had more drive, would have been, could have been catastrophe back there, just as far as the amount of penetration that, that lack of a block allowed.
Sure.
So even looking at Schoonover out on the end, when we get ready to go play Georgia, they got a very dynamic defensive front. Our guys can't catch. We can't have high pad level. We got to get under their pad level and drive these guys off the ball. But it worked out to our benefit right here. Zenzer got out, did a great job on a smaller guy in space. Haskins with his, natural athletic ability and speed. And again, him just being a north-south kind of runner definitely was a benefit here for us to get in the end zone and get a relatively easy 6 points.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I want to say this was the combination of a 10-play drive where we, racked up like 82 yards on this series. So hats off to the offense.
Yeah, 100%.
23. Here comes a blitz. McCarthy, Wolverines pick it up, steps up in the pocket, delivers. Oh, what a catch!
Schoonmaker, what a catch. What a catch here. Little play action pass. Let's look at the routes here real quick. Looks like an inside release, probably a post route here. Cornelius Johnson have just kind of a go route, it seems, from Roman Wilson, I believe. Little fake here. H-back Eric All. He's going to be headed to the flat, though he is delayed a little bit late just by this blitzing action. And then a little block and then a fade. This turns into a fade to Schoonmaker eventually what gets thrown. Let's just move forward here. Show there's your play action. There are your routes. You can see the delay there from Schoonmaker getting out. And that's the overall play design. So this is a longer developing play. Seems like all the way this is supposed to go to Schoonmaker. Looking at the blitz here, or the coverage, I should say, from Iowa. Seems like man coverage, single high safety. You're dropping back your you're dropping back your defensive end in coverage as well. You have this guy in coverage as well, 2 linebackers here, and then you're bringing the rest. Okay, number 5 here has man-to-man coverage on Schoonmaker. He's going to think he's in blocking because he is initially, and then you're bringing 1, 2, 3 down linemen, and then you're bringing 2 linebackers here through this A gap. So that's your blitz pickup there, or that's your designed pressure here. If you're Iowa, really good job from Haskins recognizing where this pressure is coming from. He's going to do the pass fake, recognize this guy's coming in unabated, picks him up extremely well, and extended period of time that he's pass blocking this guy. Let's just show that real quick. Boom. There's good recognition. Good help there from Eric All as well, passing him off. Good job staying with him if you're Haskins. And then the second blitzer, this second linebacker, was picked up from Keegan. So Keegan's going to have him. You can see this whole side of the offensive line doing really well. Good initial chip here for Schoonmaker. That'll help Ryan Hayes on this block. And you have everybody picked up because of your running back as well. So really clean pocket. And right here at the release point for Schoonmaker, I'm looking at the top of the line right here. You can see this guy's still looking in the backfield, right? And now you have Schoonmaker on his little fade route. This guy's out of position immediately. So that's what opens this up. I think you saw McNamara looking at this cornerback. He's checking, okay, is he on coverage here or is he in zone? If he's covering him, Roman Wilson should take him out of this, and this should be open. Okay, that's the only guy to that side of the field. He sees he's going with Roman Wilson. That means this fade should be there. Delivers the ball a little bit out in front, right? But nice stab there with the left hand. Schoonmaker able to pull it in down at the 1 yard line.
Here's the reverse. Cornelius Johnson goes down, Wolverines.
Really nice end around design here to Cornelius Johnson. Let's just look at the play design here. Play action here to the running back. You're pulling your H-back. There's a Schoonmaker around the end here, having around here as well. So with this action, right, you're also having your tight end holding forward around here. This action here, just to point this out to the running back, your whole goal with this, get these linebackers firing up this way. Get everybody committed to this as much as possible. All you can do, get these people to suck in towards the middle of the field here. Create this funnel of players towards the center of the defense here. That will give time. Get time for Andrel Anthony to get out to the safety. Get time for your H-back across the formation. Time for all of your blockers. You're free of releasing your left tackle up to this linebacker, a really key block as well. And that's it. Just allow time for people to get out to their blocks around the edge here. So let's see if this action sells anything. You can see that that's enough steps here, right? The entire box here for Iowa is moving forward here, and that helps set up a lot of these blocks. They're committing to this interior run fake, and what that does with this fake, it allows, especially this key block from Hayes, it allows him to get out here and get to this linebacker. This linebacker in his head, he's thinking, I am taking on this block here in response to this interior run, and only now when he's like, oh crap, it's come to the outside here, 44 is out of position. Really good job from Hayes there, especially. At this point, watch him turn his hips. Boom, he's right here. He's going to turn him 90 degrees this way. Get his butt turned around, forms that wall, right? Look at this lane now that is formed to the outside, starting to form here. Honigford's here as well to pick up anybody coming backside. And now you have Schoonmaker following to the outside. He should be able to pick up this cornerback. That's a mismatch, right? And then you should be able to have Cornelius Johnson cut off of that block moving forward, and that's exactly what happens, right? Boom. There's Schoonmaker getting to that cornerback. You have Andrel Anthony. If he can hold on to this safety a little bit better, then this could be a potentially huge play. I think you also could have had Honigford do a little bit better, possibly taking out number 5 instead of getting out to number 4, but that's probably where the play was designed to go. So I can't really fault him for that too much, but it's blocked extremely well on multiple levels here. And that fake to Corum really did a lot up the middle. And key aspect here, you're leaving 20 or 45. You're leaving this guy unblocked on the end. So he's coming up here. You're gonna have both Schoonmaker pass him. Everyone's passing him. Even Honigford's passing him. You're releasing free to the linebacker. He is taking himself out of this play. There's no way that he can impact this, right? You have Schoonmaker there to chip him initially, but because of Michigan's run action. And this potential fake here to Corum, this defensive end is probably going to be staying home expecting this block to be coming for him, right? So that's why he's hesitating right here, and that's what opens up to the outside because Michigan runs this sort of action with your H-back coming across, picking up this defensive end quite often. So then when you throw the change up where, it's going to the outside, that guy's no longer a factor, right? So that's clever on that end, and then the rest of this double team here, boom, boom, free release to the backside backer, and then pick up this defensive tackle one-on-one since you're releasing your left tackle to the second level there. So really well blocked. I think this is about as maximum yards as you can get and just really well executed. Only possible improvement would be Andrel Anthony picking up the safety a little better. That probably could have gotten a cutback lane if he was closer here, engaged with 28. Instead, 28 pushed him out of bounds, but still really nice play design and really well executed.
Third down and goal. McNamara floats it all. Touchdown.
What I say earlier about better offense just beating good defense, this is good defense, right? Michigan selling the play action here. Play action here. It looks like you're possibly having a block here from Eric Gall. He's going to continue into the flat. You're taking your outside receiver inside to try to vacate this guy. The key matchup here is this defender. He should have responsibility on your H-back here coming across the formation. This run action right here should get all of these guys committing inside, right, in a goal line situation. You're also pulling your center here. This should throw him off, right? Pulling the center makes it look more like a run action here. But number 4 does a really good job. So let's move forward here. Number 4, he's going to recognize this, and he covers Eric Gall pretty evenly throughout this route. So let's just move forward there. Boom, recognizes 83 coming across formation, and he's there, right? This is a very well-defended play by number 4. So the eyes for McNamara, he's checking. Okay, 27, what's this looking like? This is single coverage, right? Man-to-man coverage. That means I have all of this space for my tight end on this play action. Look, you like that matchup with Eric Gall. It's smart to get him out there, and he's well covered. So because it's only a 2-route shot here, you give the guy the chance with a back shoulder throw, right? That's it. Pretty well covered. You're leaving number 5 off the edge here unblocked, so he does have a chance up here, but you're pulling your center. He picks this up. Everyone else does a fine job. No pressure getting to McNamara. So this is literally Iowa had this snuffed out, right? They had this covered pretty well. And McNamara just says, hey, I'm just going to give my athletic tight end a chance, back shoulder throw, and Eric All will take that, right? And at this point, you're just like, what do you do if you're Iowa, right? That's about as perfect location of a ball you can do, and Eric All just stabs it with his left and pulls it in. So great defense. Great defense. They had this call really well defended. It just takes an excellent offensive play to beat it, and McNamara delivers to All, and he doesn't disappoint. Tough.